morning, friends. Today's Children's Chapel lesson is about the first disciples. So, what is a disciple? Well, a disciple is a follower, and specifically in this case, we're talking about followers of Jesus. So, our story from today comes from the I Wonder Bible, which is a great one. It's very well illustrated, as you can see in the pictures. And it's all about first disciples. It was so quiet in the synagogue in Nazareth that you could have heard an ant sneeze. Everyone was silent. Their eyes fixed on this new teacher, a young man named Jesus. He picked up the scroll that had been written by the prophet Isaiah many years before, unrolled it, and read these words. God's Spirit is upon me. I bring good news today for those who walk in darkness and cannot find their way. God's Spirit is upon me to set the prisoners free. I'll feed the poor and hungry, and all the blind will see. For a moment, everyone was silent. They couldn't believe the words they were hearing. It sounded like Jesus wanted to change the world. But how could he do that? Wait a minute, someone cried. Aren't you Mary and Joseph's son? How are you going to make Isaiah's words come true? Do you really think that you can change the world all by yourself? Has anyone ever doubted you? I think lots of people doubted Jesus. Lots of people believed in Jesus. But probably a lot of people also doubted Jesus. Because what he was saying was a new thing they'd never heard before. But Jesus wasn't worried. He already knew that he would need lots of help to teach people how to love and care for each other. And so he went to a little town called Capernaum on the banks of Lake Galilee, and he knew he would find the right kind of people there. Now you might think that Jesus, the Son of God, would need very special people to be on his team. Perhaps more important people with loads of money and big homes, but Jesus just needed ordinary people with big hearts and lots of room to learn about God's love. And the very first place Jesus went was to the beach. See? He went and he found all these people. I really appreciate that a lot of the stories in the New Testament, in the Gospels, center around the water. Then, there on the shore, he saw two fishermen working hard to mend their nets. Now, fishermen were pretty common because fish were a good source of food back then, but it wasn't exactly a prestigious job. Jesus called, James and John, will you come with me and learn about God's love? Will you help me change the world? So the two brothers looked at each other, dropped their nets, and they went with Jesus. It was the same with Matthew. He left the little booth where he collected taxes and followed Jesus. A tax collector was also a job that was necessary, just like today, but not very popular. People did not trust tax collectors, unfortunately. So Matthew probably didn't have a lot of friends. Simon and Andrew, two more fishermen, did the same. Jesus found 12 good men and many women who were willing to listen to his words and teach others how to love. And these were the first disciples. They were ordinary people, but they would do extraordinary things for God. There's all his disciples. I wonder if Jesus still needs disciples today. I think I would have to say yes, because that's kind of what Christians are. They're just disciples of Jesus in today's world. I wonder if, as disciples of Jesus today, we could change the world. And I wonder how we could help those that he was talking about from Isaiah, the poor and those in need. Y'all think about the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful week.